12 months since Sudan's political transition collapsed and military factions took up arms against each other. 1 year on, and almost half the population, some 25 million people need life-saving assistance, 8 million people displaced, and almost 2 million who have fled across borders.
This is more than a conflict between two warring parties. It is a war being waged on the Sudanese people. It is a war on the many thousands of civilians who have been killed and tens of thousands maimed for life. It is a war on the 18 million people facing acute hunger and the communities now stancing down the terrifying threat of famine in the months ahead. It's a war on villages, homes, hospitals, schools, and vital systems that have been reduced to rubble in conflict hotspots. And it is a war on human rights and international humanitarian law.
The United Nations says indiscriminate attacks are killing, injuring and terrorizing civilians, actions that could amount to war crimes and crimes against humanity. Aid convoys have been targeted, humanitarian personnel and warehouses have been attacked, while women and girls have been subjected to rampant sexual violence. While escalating hostilities in Al-Fasher, the capital of North Darfur, are described as a fresh cause for deep alarm, a region all too familiar with atrocity crimes, including genocide between 2003 and 2005.
Over the weekend, RSF-affiliated militias attacked and burned villages west of the city, leading to widespread new displacement and fears of a takeover of Al-Fasher. Counterattacks have led to more deaths and injuries. And let me be clear, any attack on Al-Fasher would be devastating for civilians and could lead to a full-blown intercommunal conflict across Darfur. It would also upend aid operations in an area already on the brink of famine, since Al-Fasher has always been a critical UN humanitarian hub. All parties must facilitate the safe, rapid and unimpeded passage of humanitarian personnel and supplies through all available routes into Al-Fasher.
France announced that a donor conference in Paris had mobilized more than €2 billion, money needed to plug the vast gaps in funding for the $2.7 billion humanitarian response plan, which was only 6% funded, and the $1.4 billion regional refugee response plan, which remained only 7% funded. All this while Guterres pointed to the urgent need for a political roadmap.
At the same time, as reflected in their commitments made in Jeddah, all parties must ensure full humanitarian access across borders and battle lines so vital aid can get to where it is needed most. They must heed the UN Security Council's call to ensure rapid, safe and unhindered humanitarian access and to protect civilians. But the Sudanese people need more than humanitarian support. They need an end to the bloodshed. They need peace. And the only path out of this horror is a political solution. At this critical moment, in addition to global support for aid, we need a concerted global push for a ceasefire in Sudan, followed by a comprehensive peace process.
Urging coordinated international efforts needed to amplify joint action, including from the African Union, regional bloc IGAD, the League of Arab States, and key UN member states with influence over the parties. Sherwin Bryceby's SABC News, New York.